are rocking out with Andrew McGreer and Lake Martin Stone Company.
Awesome.
So we're here with
Andrew McGreer at Lake Martin Stone Company, Highway 280 in Alexander City.
Yes, so when you have the winter blues and you need a fire pit or we need to spruce up our house with some stone, come get stoned with you.
Absolutely, look, that's awesome. So we have so many options here for people for, variety of things that we can do, whether it's flagstones, walkways, portable fire pits, real custom-made fire pits on the property. There's a lot of ways to get through winter in a happy way. If you have something neat in your backyard or fire pits going, it's a great opportunity.
All right, let's learn.
Let's learn.
Andrew, I hate this. This concrete has been here since probably 1970s, when everybody's pawpaw's solution to water was
Sure.
concrete the whole yard.
Right.
Is there anything we can do about this?
Oh yeah, there's some great, inexpensive comparatively to ripping all your concrete out. You can, because you have a base, meaning your concrete base, very simple to come in and flagstone this, which will dramatically change the front of your home. And the flagstone comes in a myriad of sizes, but you can have bigger squared pieces if you wanted to, or you can have individual pieces with mortar joints. So there's a lot of different ways to do this, and colors of course. But you can start from here and bring it down. And one of the things that you'll notice immediately is that the area there is unleveled. And so right here, people are like, well, how can you flagstone this?
Yeah.
Well, it's simple because they will put a concrete base, an area right here to level it so that you continue the water flow without any kind of stepping or tripping hazard.
Yes.
So this can be built up, and you can put the flagstone in a way that it still has a natural curve to it by how it's sloped and how they break the flagstone into pieces, so that you still have a channel that can go down, but at the same time when people come and visit and look at it, they'd be like, wow, I didn't even think you could do that.
Right.
And all of a sudden it's a completely different look.
So all summer we've looked at this ugly, it was pine straw, and then we had this huge catawba tree that we just cut down, and we're in that dead part of the year.
Yeah.
So I really would love to somehow make it, especially if we now can do flagstone here, connect this to the water.
Couple great ideas.
Okay.
Okay, so when you're coming down here, we would probably expand this a little bit so that you have a walkway where the people could come down. I would expand the flagstone out so that it comes down here and then you turn a corner. And then I was telling you about those stone steps. Absolutely ideal. And if you find them a little bit deeper, that way you have less steps over a longer run. So you're not like step, step, step.
Yes.
So you're more of a step and a step, so you don't have as many.
Cool.
And that would be nice. And then what I would do is I would take this out and I would take from there and I would build a stone retaining wall right here, a dry stack stone retaining wall, so that when people come up here, they'd be like, oh, whoa, cool. That was thought out.
Wow.
And so to do something like that, again, when they're here and doing it, it's not that hard to do that. Because I know that this has always been something you're like, oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
But it's a very simple solution. So if you have a mini excavator, they come over, this will come out very easily. You bring your retaining wall, connect it to your stairs, and then everything just flows down. What I do for my customers is that, look, I want a maximum look,
Yeah.
right? And who doesn't?
Right.
So what I do is when I call our quarries, whether it's in Arkansas, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, North Alabama, say, okay, this is what I want. I want pictures of everything first. I go over those pictures with our customers. They say, oh, I love that, or I don't really like that palette. Let's substitute that for this. So when it gets here, you can't say, because we can't ship it back.
Nice.
And there you go. I mean, I want, it's just got to be done right.
Well, so you're saying you're kind of making stone, just like picking out light fixtures or
Right.
bathroom faucets, you
Yeah.
know, or something
There's a
like that.
design element to it. And that's why people come back to us, because we've thought about those things. You know, for the years of being a home builder, you know, we learn about the process of choices and options. And when people think about stone, they don't know what their options are. They don't know the color variations or what's available to them. And then they say, well, geez, my house is this color. What are my options? And so there's a lot of things to show people. And then pick it out, get it from the manufacturers, and say, hey, there we go.
Well, let's go see what you have.
Yeah, let's go check it out. That'd be great. Okay. Let's do it.
Hey, we are here today with Blake Dobbins of Rely Title, and we are at Innovation Center in Alex City, one of our favorite places to close Blake Martin properties. And what are you here to talk to us about today?
Today I'm here to talk about the difference between lenders and owners title insurance. Thank you, Paige. So lender's title insurance is a policy that your lender is always going to purchase when you have a mortgage on your property. It's going to protect your lender's interest in the property, but that policy only lasts the length of the loan. So once that loan is gone, once you've paid it off, that policy is gone. Furthermore, it only protects your lender's interest. So they're going to litigate on behalf of your lender. They're not going to litigate on your behalf, so they're not going to pay your attorney's fees. On the other hand, owner's title insurance lasts the entire time you own the property. So if any point in time the property is, somebody comes in and tries to sue you and say they have an interest in the property, that policy is going to protect you instead of just the lender being protected.
Thank you for clearing that up for us.
Yep.
So these are the different blends of colors. So this is more of an Alabama brownstone. And you can see that it's got the varying and different sizes in it. And this one is, you know, very traditional for Alabama. And it's got a lot of swirls into it. And so this, you know, these come in grays and light browns, and then this gets to be more of the premiums, where you get the blue stones with a hint of browns to it. And then you have the super premiums, which is like the Pennsylvania blues. And this is all pure blue stones, and it's pricey, but it's amazing.
You know, with a lot of the common color schemes.
Oh
right
my
now,
gosh, yeah. I mean, it blends in, because like, for example, in your house, you have this color. Mm-hmm. So you do that with the grays, it hits. You know, you go from the flagstones to building stones, and the building stones come in a wide variety. They come in things like the blocks here. This is what they call a building stone. And as you can see, if you look in the cage, how they sit on each other, and those are cut, so those are easy to dry stack. Mm-hmm. So on your homes, or columns on your homes, or decorative retaining walls, that's a really neat stone to use. Simple to do. It doesn't take a lot of chipping. So there's different stones for different situations. And so this is fire pits, you know, where you have, you know, stacking like this. And they'll do brick, you know, kind of like, and then they just, well, you could do brick joints.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
You see how that looks?
Yes.
And then they keep going. So they'll find the right edge. But you see how there's little pieces here. These are easy to dry stack, because they break in the quarries like this, and surprisingly they break flat. These are much different. See? Yeah. So they have to chip this section off here with a special chipping hammer to make them sit flat, because you can't easily stack. You see the gaps? And so what do they do in this situation? You would pay a lot of labor to dry stack this versus mortar joints.
Facing it.
Yep, so you can take it like this, you put mortar here, and then it sits here, so you see the mortar joint here.
Yes.
Okay, and then you blend in, of course, the different colors.
Oh.
This is called a moss rock, and this is a square moss rock stack. This is probably one of the most popular stones to put on houses. So when you see the houses that have like a 4-foot fronting, you'll see moss rock on many, many of these houses. Okay, so I told you about veneer stones. Now, when we have a situation where she has, for example, an existing brick fireplace, You don't want to have to tear it down and start all again. The simple solution is what we call veneer stone. All right, this is a man-made product out of concrete, and it's stained and treated in any color you want. And you can make it look as a stack stone, a field stone. Now remember, you'd have mortar joints in between here. So it can be a field stone look. It can be what they call a ruble. You have another different color of stack stone, but you could take any color, what you want here, and put it into any pattern you want. And so that is a much cheaper alternative because these come in pieces. What they do is they'll take the back, they'll blend it with concrete and stick it right to the front face of the brick.
Well, when I think veneer, I think thin, inexpensive.
Right.
That is thick.
It's thick. It's anywhere from probably about an inch to inch and a half per piece.
Okay, tell us how to find you and how to contact you.
Great. We have a new website. It's lakemartinstone.com. And so that's one way. And then on our telephones, you see that on the billboards and such in the video. And anybody can get a hold of Michael or myself at that number. And we do design and consultation appointments with people. We'll go to their houses and look at their projects and help them come up with suitable budgets and options for them. And I think it's a great opportunity for people.
Goodness, they're going to kill it.
Oh, we're looking forward to it.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
for
Paige.
bringing this to Lake
Absolutely.
Hey everybody, this is Trey with Crude Lending. Hey, I just wanted to point out financial planners love me because when people come out here and they want to pay cash for their houses at Lake Martin, I at least throw out the idea, hey, let's talk to your financial planner, make sure that makes sense. Because sometimes when you pull out that much money to go buy a house like this, in the long run, it may cost you way more than you think. So call me, let's have a 5-minute conversation and maybe even loop in your financial planner for a 5-minute call. It's worth it. But hey, call me, we'd love to get you out here at Lake Martin.
There's a huge rumor going on around Lake Martin, and that is that the winter is not a great time to sell your property. Well, I would love for you to know that I am here working, living, and loving Lake Martin every day of the year. No time off here. As a reminder, we have lots for sale, condos for sale, homes on the waterfront, off-water homes, and even a commercial building available to you right now. So if you have the time, we are working for you 365 a year. Welcome back to one of our favorite condo complexes of all Lake Martin, North Lake Condo Club, located literally 30 seconds off 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. Enjoy this beautiful 3rd floor, top floor unit, J3. Enjoy 1,250 square feet, furnished, vaulted bedroom, open floor plan that overlooks the 2 beautiful pools that make North Lake Condo so sought after. To learn more about this property, check out PaigePatterson.com and always love Lake Martin on Facebook. With Lake Martin
Stone Company, that's right.
I'm here with Blake Dobbins of Rely Settlement Statements.
It's okay. Solutions.
Okay.
Convince anyone in our... Cut that out.